Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the different forces, the coming together of different forces. Now this is like the moon. This is the moon and the earth, and the coming together of different forces. And what I mean by that is, whenever you're doing anything, you we have a here's the lunar lander or lunar module, whatever it's called. So whenever you're dealing with anything, especially in the outside world, your skills are going to come together, but they're going to come together in a unique way that feels like the coming together of different forces. And when I say forces, I don't just mean I mean sort of in a literal sense, I guess, like just like objects, right? Force causes objects to move, right? But or whatever. I don't know the exact the exact physics definition, but like I don't remember it. But what I mean is that I mean that literally, but also figuratively, in the sense that things become like the force of the earth and the moon, right? Well, just like that, there you can bring together. I'm talking more about the force of a hurricane, where you have like different wind patterns. They all converge, and then all of a sudden, the right temperature, the right water temperature over the ocean, the right season, and the right everything coming together, and it creates sort of the perfect sort of a force that is beyond what you could have imagined. And what this means in the real world is that sometimes when you prepare yourself, all of the little things that you have worked for in your life will come together in with forces into a force, will come together, and not only that, but all of the experience of those around you, right? Your peers, your leaders, whoever is, in your whoever you happen to be with, there are other people who are accomplished and talented in other ways, and then their force multiplies with your force. So if you bring in the goods, other people will bring in their goods, and all together you will create a magical experience. Now, this this magical experience that I'm talking about is something that it's something that really happens whenever you prepare. And I think preparation helps, but then when the time comes, you'll be able to sort of get to action and create successful actions that you wouldn't have been able to do. You wouldn't have been able to take advantage of the situation in the same way without without that preparation. And then when that is combined with the environment and with others around you, that's what I mean when I say the perfect force. The forces, the coming together of different forces. And that will create magic. That will create something that you didn't expect. And also, a lot of times, it's going to seem like you'll be able to influence the world, because that's really what skills are all about. Okay, your skills, some people have social skills, some people have writing skills, some people have math skills, some people have other skills, more like different skills that whatever you practice and put into practice will, people will see, and they will, everyone practices something. People often say, well, I'm not good at anything, but you know what? Are you good at taking care of other people? Are you good at, everyone is good at something. And there's something that you've done, that you've cultivated, that will allow you to contribute to the world. And people will appreciate that, because not everyone will have, maybe you're just steadfast. Maybe you are willing to suffer and put up with heavy duty work, right? In ways that most people are not. Or maybe, there are different things that could sort of, change how you interact with the world in ways that are different than what everyone else can do. I also wanted to, go back to how, when you come together, and here, I'm looking at some sticks here. When you bring together all of what you bring together all of the different elements of what you contribute to your life, everything that you've worked for, everything that you do, it helps you become sort of someone that is unique. And everyone else, when you're working with other people, when you're interacting with others, they will bring what they have to the table. And where the magic happens is where multiple great people come together. And sometimes, of course, some people are solitary, you can do it on your own. But then there are some things where you're going to need, and you're going to greatly be advantaged by the help of others. And so they're going to have skills that you don't have. And then when it acts as a multiplier for you, because when you become the beneficiary, and it doesn't even have to be something like a talent. It can just be a personality. It can just be a leadership skill. It can just be all kinds of things. It could just be someone's patience. These are all different skills that are not always they're not always appreciated in our culture and society. So I wanted to look at some more rocks here, and also talk about how our lives, as much as we can't predict. See, a lot of people think that, when the magic happens, and when I say magic, I mean situations. I mean, when the show starts, when whatever it is that you're going to be doing, when you finally take action, there's an unpredictability to it. But that unpredictability and that sort of chaos that the world has can be wrangled, or can be held and manipulated by your preparatory actions, your preparation, everything that you have done to make yourself familiar with and understanding of, and all of those things are going to come together, and you're going to be able to do things that you can't even imagine. Because at the moment, a lot of it's in real time. So you can't really even prepare. You can prepare what you're good at, but you can't prepare exactly what's going to happen, right? Because that's going to be random. And so as it happens, when you get into those situations, all of a sudden you're going to have to make a choice. And in real time, all of your experiences and all of your skills, your people skills, or if you don't have people skills, it can be any other skills, your thinking skills. How about that? How about thinking about ideas? And so when that happens, you have the opportunity to use it, and that makes it so that it becomes so that in real time, let's say you have an issue, you're thinking about something in real time, and as it's happening, you're prepared. So whatever ideas you come up with are ideas based on what you've already experienced and what you've already done. So anyway, I hope you guys are able to, what do you think about these ideas, and I compare it to like a hurricane, because it becomes powerful. It becomes like when the winds gather up, right? The oceans become um, the oceans become sort of warm, right? They create an environment where things are, where the force of the winds become or I should say the force of the hurricane, and this is the analogy that I gave before, is stronger than all of the winds that make up the components of it's stronger than anything that you could imagine. And that's what I'm talking about, because once you develop whatever skills you have, when you finally put it to use, it's going to be stronger. It's going to be stronger than anything you could than anything you could have imagined, to the point where it kind of runs itself, and you don't even realize like how it's happening, or like how everyone else is kind of buoying you, but also like pushing you and helping you, and then you're influencing it all, but it's not you, but it is you. And so all of a sudden, the forces of a hurricane, a strong force, it becomes bigger than you, so to speak. And that will allow you to solve problems, and others won't really understand how it's even happening. So basically, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And thank you all.